a rocky strata.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sir, any other question? Anil sir, any other question?
No, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Now we request Professor Veeravan sir to open his comments.
No, that's a good presentation. I think we have been working with Shyam for long. We have visited several sections in UP, so we know the issues, but there are few challenges which we are trying to solve in the new guidelines. I also shared the new draft guidelines with Shyam, requesting him to share his thoughts on that. The issue which everyone is asking, I think I would like Shyam to respond is that he has shown a table wherein different soils, the possible stabilizer that may be added. As Shyam has mentioned very wisely, cement / additive. So the $1 million question which everyone is asking in this group as well is that, what is the magic with the stabilizer is playing? Is it necessary to add the stabilizer along with the cement? Or will cement alone be adequate to meet the requirements of strength, durability, residual strength, as well as the performance? I think I request Shyam to respond to this. What are his views on the requirement of stabilizers? Commercial chemical stabilizers.
So, Professor Veeravan, this is one area that discussion for a very long time. As in different presentation, I think you were also there in some of those. So this is a valid question that has been asked across. And if I share my kind of experience in terms of working on this similar projects outside of India, of course, you cannot say that it's absolutely necessary, because we have worked with sections where only cement was used. And furthermore, you also have to add that there has not been many studies, or rather comparative studies, in terms of effectiveness, how effective these stabilizers are, or these additives are. As in, like, no data is available on that in terms of their performance, because FDR as such is still in the nascent stage in this country. Hardly 2 years or so has passed. And the performance evaluation of mixes with and without stabilizers, that would be what is required to make an estimate on how significant this additive is. And unfortunately, that data is not available. So based on what I have seen here in India, now everybody is using these kind of additives, but it is possible that I would say that it can be done even without.
Exactly. That's exactly what I wanted. I expected to hear from you. Yeah. I think there are some few questions we can respond to those questions, that because the participants are interested to know, get a response to that questions.
Sir, I'll add on to that question, sir.
Yeah, please.
Shyam, when we are doing it, FDR on PMGSY, old PMGSY roads, they have a crust thickness of granular layer maybe around 250, 300 millimeter will be there. And on top of that, you have 20 or 40 thick bituminous layer is also there. In that kind of road, there will not be any chance of getting the soil into that or the subgrade into that. In that case, do we need to go for a additive, or simply that cement will work?
Ideally, it should work. That is what I was saying. But again, considering that it is widely recommended across the country, I mean, you can try that with a trial patch at least. For all these projects that Kerala is actually encountering, a part of the trial patch can be done without. Not everything, because the contractor also is very familiar in terms of like using those additives, or he's wanting to use that additive. Why don't we just take a chance on, say, 50 meters out of that 100 and do that section without adding any stabilizers, and see if it is performing the same way or not. And if you have multiple trial patches that we have done, and then we have enough data to add this thought, or rather the experience that I have had before, and that could be a good way of moving forward.
But in case of a Panchayat road, that will be different. Maybe sometime 100 or 150 alone. The rest will be soil will be there. So that will be different for Panchayat roads. But in PMGSY roads, the scenario will be different.
Okay, so your question was whether did I go away
No,
from
in the first case, only granular is coming, then there is no need of additive, right? Or we have to check.
No, granular, you should ideally be getting the strength that is required. you should be
Okay.
getting this.
But in case,
But
if you are getting more soil or this upgrade is coming, then we have to think about or do some
that
design.
is what I was saying, that if you have multiple sections that we all are working on, every section is going to be different. Now, if we
Okay.
have every at this time, because ministry also recommends using additives. That is a
Yes.
plain and simple thing. So let us not jump into conclusions saying that this is what we think it is correct. We can do these small patches wherein sections without any additives has been prepared, and let us just compare their performance with respect to the other, how different they are. If the additive one is performing much better than the cement one alone, then obviously there is a case that is there. If not, then end result is very clear in paper, in data. So at that
Okay,
time,
so the various challenge, I think, right?
variability in terms of materials,
Yes.
it's a challenging thing. We will have to check that based on these trial patches, just to make sure in a very possible way that what we are getting is consistent, less variability material.
Okay, thank you.
Anil, there are a number of questions. I think
Yes,
you
I will
may
read
have
out,
to
sir.
take-
I will read out.
Yeah.
Mr. Avani Chopra, so please give your viewpoint on how can we ensure that after implementation, FTR will perform better than newly laid flexible payment in terms of performance and durability.
This has been time tested around the world. There's nothing new. Definitely, what we are now talking is about reusing the material that's already there so that we can reduce the virgin aggregate consumption. Any stabilized, improved material is likely to perform better than a deteriorated payment. That's why we are recommending an FDR.
Thank you
Yeah.
very much, sir. Actually, this is Avni this side. Sir, I need to know one thing that I think my other two answered. It is related to the age and quality of the old pavement. How does it affect the job mix formula for the design of FDR? So, what is the correlation amongst the age and quality of the old?
You are asking about the age.
Yes, the payment age and how we can connect it with the design, like the job mix formula, whatever we have, as you showed a few calculations. So will it be, in accordance with the age, any relation that it has?
Actually, if I understand the question, no, it is not. Because we have a multi-layered structure, which is a pavement, of course, with a bituminous layer on top and granular layers underneath that. Now, bituminous layer interaction or bonding with cement per se is not going to be that good when compared to the other. So,
Right.
with respect to age, thing that I can expect is that as we progress in age, there will be more distresses. So there might be a possibility that there is going to be more overlays that is put on that road, which means that the quantity of this bituminous material is going to be higher in that case. So then it becomes a matter that needs to be looked at. Other than that, if it is the same section, same thickness, the granular layer or the bituminous layer has age of that layer has limited thing to do in terms of achieving the required strength properties.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. It was a wonderful presentation. Thoroughly had a good, knowledge and the interaction, the panel discussion, a very good concept. Thank
Sure.
you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So Shiju Chandran also have a similar question. What I have seen is about 50% of granular line and 50% subgrade. Normally seen milled. Chemical additives are also added in addition to cement. What exactly the chemical additives do? Is there any method to quantify the effect of chemical?
I think that question was answered as a part of the first
Yeah.
discussion with Professor Veeraraghavan and Professor Vittal. So if there, I think these are in the same lines. Again, I will reiterate. Yes, people are recommending the use of it, but a comparative study on effectiveness, whether yes or no question, a comparative study, we don't have enough data to validate that which one is. We don't have it. So we may have to come up with some ways in which comparison can be done with additives and without additives. And then only a conclusive response or rather a recommendation can be given on this particular topic.
Next, I have a doubt. FDR technology can be adopted till what design traffic? Another
Uh,
question.
The MSA level, low volume roads is what is typically suggested for at the MSA levels. I think it is 10 MSA or so. I don't, maybe Dubeji can confirm, but the technology has been recently implemented in high volume roads as well. Some of the NH development projects are actually using this FDR technology, which CTB primarily, but FDR I think is also being used in some in Kerala, if I remember those. Maybe Professor Veeraraghavan can explain that locations better.
Sir, I think we'll move on to the panel members. Sandeep sir. Sir, can you share your views? Sandeep sir, Chief Engineer LSTD.
It is not there.
Shall we move on to Dr. Chandrasekhar and Technologies?
Sir, good evening to everyone.
Please.
Like wonderful presentation by Shyam Nair sir. And sir has explained every corner of the problems, right? Manner. So we are about 3 works we have taken, we have completed in Kottayam district, and with Oralangal we are doing 1 work, so that it is likely performing well. I mean, we are doing in a right manner, and as well when the traffic is open, so there will be some chipping as station. So the department, I'm requesting department people to understand that it's a nature. When we are allowing the traffic, obviously there will be 1 mm or 2 mm chipping may happen. Okay, so try to consider that it is not a structural failure. It's due to vehicle movement. With that, there is another issues related to utility shifting all and all. When it is a expensive machinery and all, so that definitely we need to take care of utility shifting before commencing the work. So that is also one when we are doing with PMGSY roads. So all other things, the presentation has covered everything. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you, Dr.
I think Mr.
Chandrasekhar.
Chandrasekhar, 8%,
Sir.
Mr. Chandrasekhar, you have the right answer. It's the question, what is this stabilizer doing in FDR? Could you please tell what ant stabilizer
Sir.
is doing?
Sir, definitely, sir. So same thing. Every presentation we are discussing. So definitely, we are very assured that there will be a better performance is there with the cement and with the cement along with additive. So the same thing we have observed in laboratory and as well as in field sections. So personally, we have conducted. So that is there is a strength related and durability related, and as well as early strength to achieve the early strength. In these 3 areas, so the additives are working along with
Anil, go
cement.
ahead. Yeah, Anil, go ahead.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Anil?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Next question. One second. How FDR affect the bearing capacity? I think by Abhilash. I think Abhilash, what actually meant by this? We'll go to the next question. Why do we have days for a trial patch when we have strength result in 28 days? By Chiranjeevi. Shyam, Dr. Shyam.
Well, it is not only strength that is put in as a part of evaluation. One is the strength, then the other one is the durability, which is something that is very significant in terms of ensuring long-term performance of this material. So durable. So that is also important in order to ensure the long-term performance of a pavement. So that is why it takes near about 2 months to complete the entire stretch of testings.
I request UPRRDA Brijesh sir to open his comments.
Good evening. Thank you. Thank you for giving me chance. I would like to, because presentation was excellent, I would like to add few things. One, because execution is a totally controlled execution. So for that requirement of the manpower, it has to be highly skilled. As mentioned by professor, the movement of reclaimer, speed, NMC, everything has to be checked. And then only the desired requirement of the pulverization will be achieved. This is one. Number two, there was a question regarding the availability of the crust. What I am saying on the basis of the experience in UP, wherever there is a crust more than requirement, soil or earth, or we can say fines, above the granular material, and we have tried to keep the ratio to 70% fines and granular, and vice versa. Somewhere we have got a very less granular material. They are also yes or no granular material, like road connectivity has extended up to school or something. There is no granular material, only earth is there. So we have given at least 30-35% of the granular material like GSP, etc. Otherwise, in UP, most of the places we have less than 25. Third point, as mentioned by Professor Veera Raghavan sir also, see what we have done in the field, it was sanctioned by NIRDA for PMJ works. So we could not do the research and testing part with additive and without it. Definitely, it has to be examined by the research institutions, and if without additive we can achieve something, so we can go for it. But so far we have executed more than 4,000 kilometers of the FDR, and we are nearing to complete our project within 3 months. So I can say additive will give some thing for making it to semi-rigid. The additive companies, they have to act upon it, and we have, for that are retained by 35-40. And second thing, UCS value. See, taking out core and getting it checked. If for every meter or 2 meter or within 10 meter, the UCS value is changing. It is changing because taking out core is also an art. If machine is very good, it's smooth, no vibration, then the result will be different. If it will be slightly low cost machine, the result will be different. Yes, we have achieved 4.5 to 7, but in few cases we have achieved UCS above 7, and at in few roads at certain changes, it is even more than 10. So these, why I am quoting here, giving details here, because Kerala is going to execute and executing it. You also try to do the same thing and just confirm whether it will match with our result or not, because soil and everything will be different, but the other thing and result of the FDR layer should be approximately matching. So that's all from my side. Thank you.
Thank you, Brajesh sir, for sharing your experiences. Especially, I think UP has done extensive work on FDR. I think around 4,000 kilometers you already completed, right?
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Shyam, Dr. Shyam, another question is regarding the sample dimension of UCS and durability test. Aren't we following IRC SP 89 and 120, IRC 120?
Regarding sample sizes.
Sample dimension of UCS and durability test, aren't we following IRC
Specimens.
SP 89?
Yeah, the
And
specimen
120.
size is as per IRC 89. And 4-inch diameter cores for 4-inch diameter cores and 15 centimeter cubes.
Okay, what about the importance of flexural strength test? Is it really required?
It is required, yes, because the higher the flexural strength is, the reflection cracking possibilities goes up, and we want to avoid, because higher flexural strength, flexural properties can lead to reflection cracking. Of course, that is why that is considered as a significant.
Amrita has raised this. Now coming to Pradap Mohanty, can we use FDR in high volume roads? What type of cement we can use?
Well, the type of cement actually does not. I mean, you have to do the mixed design, and type 1 cement is generally recommended, because this is chronic cement. If you add, the strength gain is going to be much slower. So type 1 cement is typically preferred for the usage. Brand, again, you'll have to check out based on the mixed design things, and whatever is being available, that needs to be looked upon. And what was
Pradap, you raised a hand. Do you want to add
Yes, sir.
something?
Yes.
Yeah. Please.
Sir, thank you very much, sir. During the presentation, what we noticed that during the FDR process, we are also going up to the subgrade level. Certain thickness of the subgrade, we are also utilizing for the FDR. So, what is the use of drainage layer, sir? In case of FDR, do we need really to have a drainage layer? Do we have to leave some